What's up, guys? We are back with a Bandai Tamashii Nations SH Figuarts review, taking a look at the first of the SDCC event exclusives for 2022. And we're taking a look at the big one because this is a figure that has yet to be made in the Dragon Ball Z line. We're taking a look at Super Saiyan 2 Goku. I am super excited to take a look at this guy. No pun intended there. Because again, you know, this guy has not been made. We've got a lot of Gokus. We've got tons and tons of Gokus, but we've never gotten this particular version. And this special Comic-Con event version comes with a giant, massive aura effect too, making it a bit of a package deal. Now, being an event exclusive figure, he does come in a special box, and just like every other time we get these, I love this kind of packaging. I would love if this was the standard packaging. It just looks cool. So for this particular one, you've got the figure there in the big window, still very similar kind of packaging to normal Figuarts, but the colors are inverted really. So you've got black for the background, and then you've got Goku here done up in orange, and then in typical Tamashii fashion on the back, it's got a bunch of product shots showcasing how he moves and a bunch of the stuff he comes with. So fantastic event exclusive packaging as usual, but let's do it. Let's pull him out and take a look. And here we go, out of the package, our event exclusive Super Saiyan 2 Goku. Again, the first time we've ever gotten this form of Goku. We've got Super Saiyans 1 through whatever, blue, red, purple, black, green, yellow, whatever color you want, we've got a Super Saiyan for it, but we've never had this one. This guy is, as of this recording, exclusive to San Diego Comic-Con, but it's an event exclusive, so there's always the possibility that we'll see him online or we'll see him at NYCC later in the year. I don't have any insider information, that's just a guess. This figure is, of course, also very familiar. So if you've gotten Super Saiyan Full Power Goku, if you've got Saiyan Raised on Earth Goku, 2.0 Goku, you kind of have an idea of what this guy is, how he's constructed, and how he can move. That's not a negative, it's just sort of what it is. So let's see what he can do, see how he moves around. Now we've got a head that can look up pretty far. The neck, of course, moves as well. We can look down. We can rotate side to side. We do have some tilt, some bobble there. And again, the neck does move. Arms up and out. The pad on the shoulders will, of course, move. I'm not a big fan of that. I think it looks kind of clunky. You've got rotation there. You've got slight butterfly movement. Bicep swivel. Of course, you've got double jointed elbows. We've got ball hinges for the wrist, so in and out, up and down, all around. And then we've got our torso, so he can bobble side to side, backwards, forward. And then you can also start to twist. So you can twist at the diaphragm and you can twist some at the waist. There is no perfect full 360 twist on this guy, but you can still get him to go, I mean, pretty much as far as you need. As far as the legs, they go out this far. Kick forward all the way. Kick backwards pretty much all the way. You got your thigh twist. We've got our double jointed knees. They go back that far. And then down at these ankles, you've got rotation. You've also got some hinge, a little bit of rocker, and our standard toe articulation too. So he's pretty normal. You know, again, if you've messed with specifically Full Power Super Saiyan Goku, you kind of have a good current idea of how this figure is going to move, because they're essentially, well, basically the same thing outside of the business going on here with his shirt and some more deco changes and part swapping for the head. And speaking of those aesthetics, there is a pretty solid figure here. I'm overall pretty happy with this guy. Again, you know, just for the sake of comparison, just for the sake of doing it, here is our Full Power Goku. And you can see, you know, right off the bat, they are essentially the same thing, for the most part. Obviously, there are little differences. Hair color is different, faceplates are different. Overall color on the blue is slightly brighter on our Super Saiyan 2. And then, of course, some hair deco changes. Well, he's also a ghost. He's dead. But very, very similar. Very similar build, a lot of same parts. The shirt, of course, is a big specific thing here. And I would have to guess, you know, I'm going to go out on a limb here. I don't have any insider information. Again, I would wager that we're going to get a clean version of this form of Goku down the road. It doesn't make sense for them to only release this form of Goku as an exclusive ever. That'd be very weird, honestly. So I think, you know, this one might not be con only in terms of form. It might be this particular look and deco, but you can get an idea of exactly how similar these guys are. Now, one thing that I do really like about this figure is just the color of his outfit. It's a little bit brighter on the orange, not a whole lot of shading on this thing really, and then brighter for that blue. It's not super bright, you know, it's not like some cerulean blue thing or anything like that, but it's a little bit brighter, a little bit livelier, and I just think it looks better. Everything here, again, if you've messed with Saiyan Raised on Earth Goku, if you've messed with Full Power Goku, you have an idea of what this is because, again, a lot of those same parts, which is pretty normal for an event exclusive. Now, the big thing here, again, the shirt is torn, and I think that looks okay. Paint is pretty clean and crisp around the neckline and that shirt. I don't have any real issues to speak of. Paint lines look all right, no bleeding, no wonky edges or anything like that. However, the best part of this figure for me, and I'm sure it's going to be the focal point for a lot of folks, is the head and the hair, because Super Saiyan 2 does have specific hair. So he's got the bang down the middle and the bangs that go down the sides to sort of frame his face. And I do think that the faceplates for this figure, especially when comparing them to Full Power Goku, are just better. They are improved, and I think they are all around more indicative of his character here, because they're not the same. It's not just part swapping with Full Power Goku. These are different faceplates from that one, so if you're going to line them up next to each other, you can have very unique looks. But I also really, really like the hair. I know that was a big complaint for folks, is that Full Power Goku did not have like the sort of white yellow hair, and this figure does. It does, of course, have the metallic yellow hair, and that's kind of a thing when it comes to event exclusive. The hair is always something funky. It's always translucent, or it's metallic, or it's got a shimmer or something to it. But I think it works really, really well here to sell the idea of this particular finish for that kind of hair. It's not matte and that light yellow, white yellow kind of look, but it does have a nice luster and a nice shine, and it gives off sort of like, I don't know, not to sound stupid, but it gives off sort of an energy effect almost. And then, of course, you do have your halo, which, you know, just like any other figure we'd ever get one on, it pegs into the hair back here, and if you take it out, it is very inconspicuous. You won't see that hole unless you're looking down on him. Faceplate, this is a nice stern look for Goku. We do have others to talk about here in a minute. Paint is really clean and crisp. I like the furrowed brow. Just a really stern, really no-nonsense kind of expression. A very normal expression for this version of Goku. So overall, despite the fact that this is a very familiar figure with a lot of familiar parts, with some minor changes, I do think he looks the part, and I think he really functions as a nice iteration of Super Saiyan 2. Now, as far as accessories goes, this figure is... I hate to keep making comparisons to Super Saiyan Full Power Goku, but this figure is very similar in that regard to Super Saiyan Full Power Goku. He has very similar but different faceplates, and he comes with the same hands. So to start with, as far as hands go, we get 4 extra sets, so of course that means 8 hands. He's got fists on him in the box, splayed finger, you know, blasting kind of hands. You've got charging, Kamehameha style hands. We've got 2-finger, sort of crooked fighting stance pose hands. And then you've got 2-finger pointing hands, instant transmission-y kind of hands to go along with them. So you got plenty of options, very, very standard assortment for Goku. And then we get our faceplates. And like I said, I really like the ones he comes with. I think in general, they change up the look of this particular configuration of Goku really well. So we have in the box, we've got the sort of stoic, stern expression. It's not just a neutral expression. He's very much not happy in that expression. We get this sort of gritting of the teeth, sort of determined expression with a very furrowed brow. We get a smirking expression, which seems to be pretty common among the Saiyans. And then we get, probably my favorite, this very, very, you know, a determined yelling expression. Paint on all of these is just fantastic. This one in particular, though, has a little bit more just because of the fact that the mouth is open, so you've got all the details within. So as far as the figure itself goes, it's a pretty standard figure, really. Like, again, just like a lot of other regular figures, he only has faces and he only has hands. What differentiates this particular Goku being an event exclusive is this big old monster. So we get this big energy aura effect here, and this is very much a cool, different kind of thing. So it's a single piece. It's not the one that has one big back piece and then the pieces that come off of it that you set on the base. It's one giant piece of rather soft, malleable plastic, and then you've got 4 of these individual ball-pegged lightning effects that peg into it. So there's 4 holes, one here, 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 and here. Well, obviously exactly where it is. And you've got this blue lightning. They can go in any of the holes. They're not keyed. They can be, you know, moved and rearranged however you want to make them look a little bit different. So you've got this very like frosted white that leads to yellow burst, and then the blue lightning effects. I really love getting something like this. It's a very dynamic piece. well, it's a static piece, but it's dynamic in the posing capability in terms of what you can do, to sort of set a scene. So, throw Goku in front of it, obviously pose him up a little bit better than that, but you can put Goku in front of it, have it sort of demonstrating his power, and it does make this set, or this particular release rather, feel very premium because it adds a humongous energy effect that we would never get in a normal retail release. So overall, I'm pretty happy with this guy. Again, for what, the 100th time, this is a really familiar figure, and that's not necessarily a negative to me. It's pretty normal for that when it comes to Goku. And I think this is a really solid attempt at Super Saiyan 2. I like the finish on that hair. It very much gives off that, sort of whitey yellow kind of look that I'll say we're kind of missing that for the full power version. And I really like the brighter colors on his uniform, the brighter blue, the faceplates that he comes with. Really, really like the aura effect. I love getting that kind of stuff. He doesn't have a Kamehameha or anything like that, but I love getting energy effects, and auras are really cool, and this one's very specific. I love the little lightning bolts that are jutting off of it. And yeah, it's just a really cool figure. The only real negative is that, unfortunately, he is an event exclusive right now, but we can only hope that he's going to be made available more widely, and if I'm right, we might be seeing a cleaner version down the road. So that's going to do it for this look at the SH Figuarts Dragon Ball Z Super Saiyan 2 Goku. Let me know what you guys think. Feel free to like, comment, subscribe, and share, and until next time.